We're trying to be a brand that's elevating craft and be a little bit nicer, and that's from the bottle to the quality of the alcohol inside to the brand as a whole. We kind of have a saying around here, which is, what would Chili's do? And then we do the opposite.
Welcome to Blackland Distillery, where Fort Worth flavor is distilled to perfection and tradition gets a bold twist. Here, they're reimagining spirits, honoring the legacy of the Blackland Prairie while crafting bold new flavors. With a passion for precision and creativity, founder Markus Kypreos is raising the bar in modern distilling. This is Fort Worth Forward. Welcome to this episode of Fort Worth Forward. We're here with Markus Kypreos, founder, entrepreneur extraordinaire of Blackland Distillery. Welcome, Markus. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming into the tasting room.
The tasting room.
Yeah.
This is fun. We're at the bar here.
Yeah, this is the best spot, right? Right at the bar.
I
Always
might have a little experience here.
Yes, I think you should.
You make some beautiful products. Tell us a little bit about how that process came to be. I think you started with your gin, right?
Vodka and gin.
Vodka and gin.
For distilling from beginning to end on a clear spirit, if you will, it takes us about 13 days to make it from grain to glass, okay?
So it's a product you can get finished and on the market quickly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly right. Whiskey takes between 3 and 4 years. So there's really no...
If you're doing it right, for sure.
If you're doing it right. We sort of struck gold with the Texas Pecan Brown Sugar Bourbon, right?
Yes. What were you thinking when you put this concoction together?
The younger customer base likes new, innovative things.
And flavors of sorts.
And flavors.
Yes.
The flavored whiskey category is a special category that older people sort of turn their nose down upon, but the younger people don't care. They want something different and new. And then with that too, last year we launched this Texpresso, which is a coffee flavored whiskey, but both of these, again, in the same category, the flavored whiskey category.
Let's talk a little bit about how this all came to be. You're an attorney. You're living the dream as an attorney, right?
Yes, that's right.
And then decided, I just want to go 360 another direction and open a distillery.
Yeah, well,
It was that simple, I'm sure.
I liked being an attorney. Like, everyone always asks me that, right?
Yeah.
While I was practicing, I went to culinary school at night.
Here in Fort Worth, right?
Here in Fort Worth, at the Culinary School of Fort Worth. Best decision I've ever made. Part of the sommelier exam is distilled spirits, and I went to a number of schools to learn how to make alcohol. That took about 7 years. Put a business plan together, and then in 2018, I left my law firm and built the tasting room and the distillery behind us. And then we opened this tasting room right here in March of 2019. So we're about to be 6 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Tell us too a little bit, Blackland, where did the name come from?
There are 7 ecoregions in Texas. We are in the Blackland Prairie, and it runs just north of Fort Worth down to San Antonio. I liked it because of the geographical connotation. It got its name because hundreds of years ago there were these frequent wildfires that caused the ground to be charred and black. And when we age whiskey, we do it in charred barrels. These are almost 600-gallon stills here. So this is our what you call our mash tun, where we cook the grain. We then ferment it, we distill it. It's about 1,000 pounds of grain. We'll do 1 cook a day, and that'll yield 1 53-gallon barrel. We've stocked away quite a bit of barrels over the years because 1 barrel will yield you roughly 250 bottles.
Okay.
You can make easily, if you're just cooking 4 days a week, 1,000 bottles.
Right. You've got some big news. Tell us about it.
In October, we partnered with a group called Terlato out of Chicago. They own a number of alcohol brands, primarily wineries over there. They're now diversifying and getting into more of the spirits business, because the future is spirits. It's really an exciting partnership because we're going to go from 10, 11, 12, 14 states to now 50 states starting this month.
Yes.
So we'll have national distribution, and all that means is just a lot of travel for me.
A lot of travel.
When I got into this 5 or 6 years ago, I had to beg places in Texas to carry us because they wanted Jack Daniels and they wanted the big global names.
Right.
And now they want, oh, my customer's coming to Texas, they want something unique, they want something here, they want something local, but they also want quality, right? Because the customer demands it. The great thing I always say about Texas too, just in general, is Texas supports Texas better than anyone else, better than any other state, I think. Once we were on the map in Texas, then it made it so much easier to go everywhere else. Because we had secured placements in all 36 total wines in Texas, when we went to another state, they instantly said, oh yeah, well if you're in there, then we'll absolutely put you on here. And so if you can win here, I think you can win anywhere.